Please, brothers, stay here. Minister General's words to the Friars of the Holy Land. An intense program from April the 15th to the 20th, that of Brother Massimo Fusarelli to the custody of the Holy Land. A visit made at a time of great tension due to the escalation of conflicts in the Middle East. He thanked his confreres and asked them to go forward in the mission with faith and courage. Jericho, Good Shepherd Sunday and the celebration of the shrine's 100th anniversary. The Mass was celebrated by Brother Francesco Patton together with the Jericho Catholic community, which bears the title of the Good Shepherd. The celebration was held in commemoration of the 100 years since the church was built by architect Antonio Barluzzi. Cardinal Dolan visits the Holy Land. The only path to peace is love. These are the words of the Archbishop of New York last April the 12th in his 5-day visit to the Holy Land, offering hope and expressing the closeness of all American bishops to a population experiencing the growing turmoil of the conflict. An intense program from April the 15th to the 20th by Brother Massimo Fusarelli, Minister General of the Order of Friars Minor to the custody of the Holy Land. A visit made at a time of great tension due to the escalation of conflicts in the Middle East. I came precisely for this sign of closeness and listening. I also believe that in my service it is important to come to the Holy Land not only once every 6 years, but to be more present, to accompany this presence that for us is very important, very typical. I'm very thankful to the Lord that I can be here. I am thankful that the plane left especially so that I can be here during this time. I can't do everything, I can't solve anything, but I can be there, and that is very important. Being there with the Franciscan community totally involved in the life of the people in the various aspects of mission. On the morning of the 16th, Brother Fusarelli together with Brother Francesco Patton, Custodians of the Holy Land, the Vicar General, Brother Ignacio Ceja Jimenez, the Visitator General, Brother Aloisi Varot, and the Assistant Visitor, Brother Marcello Ghirlando, who accompanied him throughout the trip, began the visit precisely in the sanctuaries that arose around the Lake of Galilee, Magdala, Tabgha, Capernaum. And in the afternoon, Franciscans from all the friaries in Galilee met for the celebration of Mass in the Basilica of the Transfiguration on the occasion of the 100th anniversary of its construction. I liked to recall Francis's experience right here in this basilica, which is invaded by light, whose 100th anniversary we remember now. Coming down from this mount, I invite you to continue this journey of light in the darkness of history, knowing that the risen Lord has overcome our darkness, and his light makes its way among men and in the world. Brother Fusarelli also inaugurated the Lux Tenebrae exhibition for the 100th anniversary of the construction of the basilica designed by Antonio Barluzzi. After the trip to Galilee, the visit also to the Brothers of Judea, to the Holy Sepulchre, where he presided over the community mass in front of the shrine of the resurrection. The last time he was here was in 2021. The minister then went to the monastery of the Flagellation, where he toured the archaeological section of the Terra Sancta Museum, led by Brother Eugenio Alliata and Brother Amedeo Ricco. He saw the artifacts and precious objects preserved in the museum, which preserves a rare archaeological and artistic heritage, a treasure preserved by the Franciscans of the custody of the Holy Land for more than 800 years. At the end of the visit, together with the faculty and students of the Studium Biblicum Franciscanum, Brother Fusarelli celebrated Mass in the Church of the Flagellation, during which the centenary of its founding was commemorated. Thank you for your mission, said Brother Massimo Fusarelli. Embracing the word of the gospel, living it, giving it flesh with our lives, and making it loved is our vocation as Friars Minor. It is the centenary of the Studium Biblicum Franciscanum, but also of another shrine, the Basilica of the Agony at Gethsemane, where Brother Fusarelli presided at Mass, and also inaugurated the exhibit on the basilica. In the words of the Minister General, gratitude for the language of art and the grace of guarding holy places.
San Francesco usa molto spesso questo verbo.
Saint Francis often uses the verb guard, addressed especially to the brothers. Guard the word of Jesus. Guard the gift you have received. To guard is a Marian verb. Mary, Luke says, kept in her heart what had happened to him and took it with her. To guard the holy places for us means to be in these places in a dynamic way. First of all, by continuous prayer, by continuous intercession. To guard also means to allow these places to speak today, even in the language of art.
Anche con il linguaggio dell'arte.
In the afternoon of Wednesday, April the 17th, the minister, together with Brother Ibrahim Faltas, director of the Terra Sancta School, and along with religious and civil authorities, took part in the inauguration of the theatre at the Terra Sancta School in Jerusalem. Taking care of education means taking care of the future of a people. Brother Massimo hoped that the theatre would be an instrument of growth, resurrection to new life, cultural formation and encounter for so many in this holy city, especially at this time. A special stop on the visit was certainly Bethlehem. First stop was the Franciscans' Boys' Home, which has been welcoming Christian boys from families in need for 17 years. The group then stopped at the Shepherd's Field. Here, the announcement of Jesus' birth given by the angel to the shepherds in Bethlehem is commemorated with the construction of the chapels of the different nationalities. This was followed by a visit to the Terra Sancta School in Bethlehem, the oldest of the Custody's schools, founded in 1598. The Minister General and Vicar General were able to learn more about the difficulties of the people of Bethlehem at the present time. The group then moved on to the Michele Piccirillo Center, which employs kids with disabilities in the making of handicrafts and arts and crafts for sale at the center. Finally, at 12 noon, everyone participated in the daily procession of the friars to the Grotto of the Nativity. The Franciscans paused and prayed at the place where Jesus was born. Among all the meetings with the friars and the Christian community in the Holy Land, Brother Fusarelli also celebrated with the Poor Clare community in Jerusalem, and he gave his views on the Franciscan community in the Holy Land. I found the brothers better than I thought, hurt by what is happening, but also determined to stay here. So the first word is, please, brothers, stay here. Stay not locked in, but stay with the people, next to the people, as you can. So the first word I want to say is this: remain as intercessors, from the Latin intercedere, to walk between God and people in the midst of the battlefield. We are in a battlefield. Remain as those who walk between the two sides, reminding God that this is His people. The third word I say to the brothers is, look already to the future. I think about the children, think about how to continue to give hope and confidence to this land. While we are stuck in war, look already to the future.
Mentre siamo bloccati dalla guerra, guardare già al futuro.
In the words of Brother Francesco Patton, Custos of the Holy Land, gratitude for this visit.
La visita del Ministro Generale per noi è stata molto importante.
The visit of the Minister General for us was very important because it was really a sign of closeness. It is a difficult time for the whole Holy Land, for the whole Middle East. Many are not coming. Many are afraid to come. Instead, the Minister and the Vicar General chose to be close to us, to come and visit us, to realize what the real situation is, and also to encourage us.
Quella che è la situazione reale e anche per incoraggiarci.
The Custos of the Holy Land recalls that the minister listened to the young friars, the friars who live and serve in the sanctuaries of Galilee and Judea. And then he encouraged us, gave us words of hope.
E io sono molto riconoscente nei suoi confronti perché
I'm very grateful to him because he encouraged us to walk with serenity. We know that throughout the centuries, living as Friars Minor in the Holy Land has never been easy. So we have to be here with a conscience that even this Sunday, the Gospel suggests to us that it is the conscience of those who are not afraid to give their lives. I would say that it was a very important and meaningful visit for me.
Ecco, è stata per me una visita molto importante e significativa.
On Sunday morning, April the 21st, at the Good Shepherd Parish Church in Jericho, the Franciscan community and local Christians gathered in large numbers for Mass on the fourth Sunday of Easter, also called Good Shepherd Sunday. In commemoration of 100 years since the church was built by architect Antonio Barluzzi, Brother Mario Hadciti, priest and superior of Good Shepherd, welcomed everyone. Welcoming them before the door, he reminded them that Jesus himself is the door through which the sheep enter. The community, as the priest tells us, is composed of about 500 Christians, including Latin and Orthodox throughout Jericho, but their presence is a witness that always promotes fraternal meeting and prayer. As a parish, we have the activities, we have the daily Holy Masses, and on Sunday 2 Sunday Masses at 7:30 and 9:30. Then we have the first Friday of the month with adoration and activities, with the little flowers of St. Francis, and so it's a welcoming church. In these 100 years of sanctuary of Franciscan parish, we say welcome to all, and our doors are always open. Brother Francesco Patton, Custos of the Holy Land, presided at the Mass together with priests of the Custody of the Holy Land. During the homily, Brother Patton spoke to the local community with the help of Brother Ibrahim Faltas about the example of the Good Shepherd Jesus, who was able to give his life for his sheep to the point of self-sacrifice. Also recording the World Day of Prayer for Vocations, he mentioned the shepherds in the Holy Land who followed the example of the Master in humbly listening to his voice and offering their lives for the people.
Oggi Papa Francesco si ricorda che
Today, Pope Francis reminds us that vocations are also very important for building a culture of reconciliation and peace. I thank God that in the custody we have always tried to imitate Jesus, the Good Shepherd. Many friars have even given their lives by dying for the care of the flock, both when there was a pandemic and when there was persecution. And even in recent times, several friars are in dangerous places, but they remain there precisely because they have these words of Jesus in their hearts, which are that we must be shepherds and not mercenaries.
Proprio perché hanno nel cuore queste parole di Gesù che bisogna essere pastori e non mercenari.
We wish in this centennial year that from this holy place we can learn to listen to the voice of the Good Shepherd, so that we can respond to our vocation to the one who gives his life every day for his sheep and knows each one by name. In the midst of the maddening war that is ruthlessly engulfing the Holy Land, Archbishop of New York Cardinal Timothy Dolan visited the Holy Land during 5 days, last 12th of April, to offer hope despite growing unrest and tensions. During his visit, Cardinal Dolan met with leaders of the Catholic churches in Jerusalem with the goal of strengthening the spirit of solidarity, unity, and humanitarian cooperation. During his visit, he also visited humanitarian institutions under the Church in the city of Bethlehem. On the political level, the Cardinal visited the Palestinian president and his Israeli counterpart, urging them to work towards achieving lasting peace in the region.
I must be honest. We have seen reasons to cry. We have seen reasons to smile. We see darkness. We see light. We see death. We see resurrection. Think of where we'd be, everybody, just for a minute, if instead of spending all the money on military weapons, we were able to spend money on houses, on hospitals, on schools, on homes like this for the aged. Think of how that would enhance the sanctity of human life and the dignity of the human person. Think how that would make everybody more safe and secure and eager for peace.
As chairman of the CNEWA Council, Cardinal Timothy Dolan, with the Latin Patriarch of Jerusalem, Cardinal Pierbattista Pizzaballa, and Monsignor Pietro Vaccari, Director General of CNEWA, celebrated a Mass of Thanksgiving on April the 13th. The occasion was the 75th anniversary of the founding of the Pontifical Missions in Jerusalem, based at the Notre Dame Church. The next day, Cardinal Timothy Dolan celebrated again at Annunciation Latin Church in Beit Jala with a group of local believers. The Pontifical Mission has been operating since its founding and focuses its efforts on meeting the needs of the local community, alleviating its suffering and preserving its dignity. We are very happy about his visit for more than one reason. First, because it strengthens the relationship of the Pontifical Mission with the local community. Secondly, because it highlights the work, programs and projects of the Pontifical Mission that are being carried out in the name of His Holiness the Pope. For this is the mission of His Holiness the Pope for the relief and development of the Holy Land. His visit also sheds light on the various aspects of Christian life in the Holy Land, from the Western and Eastern churches to the monastic orders and church institutions that provide valuable services in the Holy Land in more than one area. The Cardinal's meetings with the local community also confirm that the Christian presence in the Holy Land is the leaven of this land, as more than 40% of Palestinians depend on the services of its institutions. The Pontifical Mission in Jerusalem wanted to organize meetings between Cardinal Dolan and Palestinian refugees from the Aida camp in the Bethlehem district. They also wanted to hold seminars that would strengthen the spirit of dialogue and understanding between different religions, including those focused on the issue of incitement to hatred and exploitation of social media platforms to offend society.
So the path to peace is not about military weapons, not even about a lot of money, not even a lot about politics, even though all of those are important. It's all about love and service and caring for those who are suffering. And I'm so glad to see it do this.
Given the escalation of the war in the Holy Land during his visit, Cardinal Dolan had to cut it short, anticipating his return to New York on April 16th. The formula for achieving peace that Cardinal Timothy Dolan brought with him, which is based on love, is the only formula for salvation from the scourge of wars, destruction and weeping, wherever they may be found. He who has ears, let him hear. Open yourself to a gesture of solidarity and support the mission of the Custody of the Holy Land. The Christian Media Center spreads the good news of Jesus by making known to the world the spirituality of the holy places and the lives of the Christians who live here. Your contribution will help us bring the proclamation of the risen Lord, the most urgent of all, to men and women of every language and nation. To help us concretely, open the QR code. Your choice makes a difference.